Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having a good start to your, well, not good start to your Sunday, but a good end to the week. One of the things that we do talk about within our Sunday Stock Talk is we come together every single Sunday at around 6:30 p.m. and I simply break down the top stocks that you guys see value in. Especially if you're new to the trading community, it's really great to be able to share ideas among one another. If you ever want to tune on into one of these live sessions, all you literally have to do is subscribe to the channel and turn on your post notifications so you get alerted when it is that I go live. So I really do appreciate you guys' time. I'm going to say what's up to a couple of the people that are tuning on in to this live session, and make sure, again, we're going to be breaking down 10 stocks or more within this video. The goal is, of course, not to see value in all of the 10 stocks, but to cherry pick the ones that you see the most value in. If it's two of them, if it's one of them, if it's three of them, and then add those to your watch list, set effective alerts, and follow up with it when it makes sense. So what's going on, Umar? What's going on, Kevin? What's going on, Snake? Uriel? We got... Is it Vital? Ahmed? What's going on? Caleb, Alexander, Justin, Carlos, Christian, Northern Reseller. What's up? What's up? Alexander, Marvin, Jacob, David. I appreciate you guys taking some time and joining us. And what's going on? Ricky just joined Learn, Plan, Profit yesterday. Excited to start this journey. Congratulations. Welcome. And one of the things that I do want to let you guys know is that tomorrow on Monday, the market is closed in observance to MLK Day. So please make sure you take that into consideration. The reason I say this is, David, you say that you just joined LPP. Very happy to have you. I trade live every morning with the Learn, Plan, Profit team. So again, if you guys want to join our live trading sessions and you want to join our team, that's going to be that first link in the description. And if you don't see it, just refresh your screen and it's going to be linked down in the description. So what's up? What's up? What's going on? Zoe, Familia, Echo, Chris, Alonzo, Anthony, Rudy, David. We got Ricardo, Wayne, Bandit, Jimmy. What's up? What's up? Alrighty, well, let's get right to it. So I'm ready to break down your top stock if you guys are ready to share it with me. So again, all I ever ask you to do is if you want me to break down your top stock, to share it in the live chat. And please, if it's not too much to ask, share it in the ticker call out format, and I'd be more than happy to break it down for you. So thanks for the reminder. Totally forgot about the market being closed tomorrow. Of course, Caleb. Let's go ahead and I'm going to put this here. Let's go ahead and pin that. So again, we're going to be opening 5 spots to our LPP with that discount. So again, that's going to be that pinned comment in the chat. So just make sure that you're aware of that, or the first link in the description, and you get 5 open spots. So let's go ahead and jump right to it. I want to see who shares it first in the ticker call out format. We have a lot of people sharing their stock, but not enough in their ticker call out. So that my first live session looks like you're feeling better. Great. I appreciate that, Pat. Definitely feeling a lot better. I appreciate that. So let's go ahead and break that down. SIRC. All right. So I'm not a big fan of this overall. Just huge signs of a pump and dump. You can see how easily it gets manipulated. I'm a big, I try to have a big focus on overall direction, and it's very easy to say that on the past year, direction is not in your favor when it comes down to this specific stock. I'm not here to ever encourage you against a stock. I'm just trying to look out for you. I see a lot of beginner mistakes being made time and time again. And I think a very common mistake is chasing stocks that look something like this. So here we go. All right. So we got Marquise. I appreciate that. JPMS. So this one's going to be, I don't know if this is JP Morgan and this is why you have to have it there. I don't know if you're outside of the US and that's why you have that specific ticker. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, it looks like it's set up pretty similar to yours because it says desired entry points right around 152. So you're waiting a little bit more for a pullback. Is that correct? Yeah. JP Morgan. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. JP Morgan is actually a stock that I was looking at, and the reason why is I don't know how many of you guys watched my video earlier today, But we made a video about stocks in this upcoming week that are reporting earnings. JP Morgan reported earnings, if I'm not mistaken, on Friday. And due to this report, it made the stock pull back. And the reason I made the video today is a lot of people are swing trading right now due to our swing trading challenge. I need you guys to be aware of this up and coming earnings report, as you know, it can have a positive or negative influence on your specific stock. So I definitely see why you're paying attention to it. It was looking really good at highs of about 170. Right now it's pulling on back, and I'm really happy that with your breakdown, I think I saw that you said that you're waiting for the 152, 153 support. And just looking at previous lows, it definitely looks like it can get there. Overall, the thing that I really do admire about JP Morgan is that it has been recently been making higher highs and higher lows. And it's not just JP Morgan. JP Morgan, obviously being a banking institution, it has a very similar setup to Goldman Sachs, right? Very bullish, but somewhat trading sideways as of right now. If we look at BAC, again, a very bullish banking institution as of right now that's doing very, very well. So although tech might not be doing the best right now, it's always great to understand that different sectors and different industries do better during different times. And as of right now, it's kind of like banking and institutions, right? So we can see that right now it recently pulled on back. I definitely like the plan that you set up of the 152, 153. It looks like you're at least giving yourself some margin for a potential recovery. And then you said, I believe, that you plan to sell around 170 to 172, which is giving yourself about a 10 to 12% margin to work with from lows to highs. I do agree with you. It just reported earnings. This thing can continue to sell off. So this is why, again, setting the alerts down here, allowing it to really sell off and let it bleed. Because let's be honest, instead of trying to always buy the dip right away, if you think about it, the more it sells off, the better deal that you can get. That simple. I'm also going to set an alert just in case it begins to indicate signs of a recovery. Then I would love to follow up with it and go from there. So, alrighty, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. PLUG. I like that. So, PLUG. Here we go. So PLUG has been making lower lows and lower highs. I don't really like to overcomplicate things. Looking at this 4-hour time frame, because of this current direction, I do agree with you that it is looking pretty cheap. But like we know, the cheap can get cheaper. It was cheap past 2 weeks. It was cheap the month before that. It was cheap the month before that. It's been selling off. There's no, one question that I always like to encourage our Learn Plan Profit members is to have a reason and an action, or have a why behind their action. So asking yourself, why would I buy PLUG right now? Well, it's cheap. Well, it's been cheap, right? That's not a reason that makes sense. If we stick to our core fundamentals and the core understandings of, what and why we want to invest our money into a stock, it's because we hope for it to be worth more in the near future. As of right now, PLUG, although it's cheap, it's getting cheaper. Its current direction is bearish. So again, asking yourself, is this thing showing signs of an uptrend, or am I hoping for signs of an uptrend? And with that being said, again, right now, direction's not in our favor. So I would stay away until it actually begins to indicate signs of an uptrend. And you might ask, well, Ricky, what does that look like? Just what it did over here. When it began to make higher highs and higher lows and actually was showing signs of growth, when it was actually making people money, when it was actually increasing in value, that's when I want to take action. How many times in 2021 did you buy the dip too early and it kept dipping? It's one of the worst feelings. So let's try to approach 2022 a little bit different instead of 2021, right? And it's a very simple step that you can take. It's a big part of our swing trading challenge for Learn Plan Profit. And instead of buying just because you can, buy when it makes sense. So again, we have all of our alerts set up right here, not only for when it breaks above, but also if it continues to break below. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So, all right, so we got TDC. What's going on? I appreciate you posting that in the ticker call out format. Again, if you want me to break down your stock, all we ask you to do is to post it in the ticker call out format. So I could see that it was bullish. This thing has a little bit too low a volume for my taste. I do like that it pulled on back. It's consolidating, which means that it's been kind of like flatlining and building a support level right around $42 a share. It's not really indicating signs of an uptrend, but it looks like it's getting pretty close. So all that means is let's set those effective alerts and let's follow up with it. Let's really allow this thing to begin to trade above the moving average. Let's set those alerts, but just like we know, there's two sides to every opportunity. We can set the alert for the break below $41 and $42 just in case it does begin to dip. Like we know, there's always some form of risk. We set our alerts, and I think that's a very common mistake that a lot of traders make is they only set alerts if the stock begins to recover, but they never set alerts if the stock begins to drop. You need to make sure that if you're trying to pay attention to an opportunity, you need to be aware of where it sits, not just based off of the good, but also the bad, right? Alrighty, so we have a lot of people asking about what's going on, Carlos, asking about TQQQ. Let's go ahead and let's break it down. I don't know about you guys, but on Friday was a decent day for it based off of how it's been performing. If you guys didn't know, TQQQ went through a stock split, meaning that it used to trade at 150, but now it's trading it was trading at 140. And then it did a stock split, and then it went to $70. This stock split, it's not anything bad. It's nothing like that. If because it used to be worth like the 140, and now it's worth 70. If you used to just have one share of it, now you have two shares, but it's the same overall market value of it. What did end up happening is one of the things that I wanted to show you is we did end up getting rejected by the EMA line. Right now, we are testing the support level at the moving average, which is signs of a potential support. We're still holding above the moving average. There's no break of pattern, but we are still trading below the EMA line. So please be careful with your position size. And before adding more to your position, let's make sure that it really begins to indicate signs of a recovery. Excuse me. Alrighty. And again, let's make sure that we set our alerts for both sides. So just like we have all my alerts set up here for when it does begin to indicate signs of a recovery, we got to make sure that we stay up to date with the overall alerts when it breaks below a significant price point. And I'm going to set my alert for the break below 71.25 for TQQQ, which is right around that moving app. Oh, wait, that is not correct. My bad. It's going to be 68.26. That's where the correct alert should be. And I'm actually going to delete that 71.25 alert. So I have a total of 3 alerts right now, 2 for the break above 72 and 75, and 1 for the break below 68. I feel like a lot of people, as they started the swing trading challenge, I feel like this is, I don't know about you guys, I actually want to get and have a better understanding of what you guys thought. But I think it's a true challenge, right? It's showcasing how patient you have to be with your position size, how careful you have to be with averaging up. And it's to show you, right, that it's almost this like roller coaster of emotion. But, we've been getting a couple of messages and people are asking like, how are you so confident that TQQQ or the overall NASDAQ market has to recover? It's not the understanding that it has to recover. That's not my certainty of it, but it's looking at TQQQ for the past year and how bullish it's been and seeing that every time that it comes close to the moving average, it does tend to recover. It pulls back, and again, it does tend to recover. I want you, and I did this little challenge with the Learn Plan Profit group. I asked them to write down how they feel when the market's pulling back, testing the moving average, right? It tested the moving average and then it recovered. And this has happened before, right? So all the people that were part of Learn Plan Profit back in October of 2021, right? Everyone's freaking out down here. But guess what happens, right? The market begins to recover. It doesn't only recover, but it breaks previous highs. And then we end up locking in profits, right? So from overall lows to overall highs, what is that? 53%. What do you end up regretting? You end up regretting not buying, not have known to have bought more of the ETF down here and held it as it recovered. To be able to buy something at its worst and hold it and then sell it at its best. That's the idea. And again, it just comes with time. It's not that you have to go all in. It's not that you have to buy the most that you possibly can. Just like anything, it's good to do with moderation, right? And I feel like once this ETF does end up recovering, regardless of how long it takes, you will see firsthand. It's much easier said than done. But I think that's why I'm so excited about the swing trading challenge. And it's because I want you to see that you can build your own confidence and gain your own experience as the market recovers. And every time that I talk about being able to buy something at its worst and selling it at its best, it's not just going to be words that I'm spewing out of my mouth, but it's going to be something that you personally experienced firsthand. And I think that's one thing that I'm very, very excited for a lot of our new traders within Learn, Plan, Profit to experience for the first time. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So Netflix, what's going on, Alexander? Netflix is going to be a big focus for myself as well next week. How many of you knew that Netflix is reporting earnings? If I'm not mistaken, it's reporting earnings on Thursday, and this is on the 20th of January. Netflix is not only cheap with where it's at right now, but it's set to announce one of its biggest, if I'm not mistaken, Q4 earnings. It's had a lot of success with a lot of recent shows, especially over COVID and stuff like that. As of right now, it's not looking the best, right? It peaked, when was this? It peaked in November. It has pulled on back. It's very oversold. It doesn't mean that you should buy it. It just means that maybe it's worth paying attention to, right? And I feel like a lot of people within our Learn, Plan, Profit group have been asking questions. I'm right there with you. I really like the setup on Netflix. But guess what? Guess what I don't like? Its current direction. It's so bearish. Look at it. It's selling off, making lower lows, lower highs, and it's so consistently selling off. It's not just like it's a little bearish. It's been selling off consistently ever since its peak at $700. So I like to keep my trading simple. I don't like to overcomplicate it. I'm tired of overcomplicating things, right? Just like you guys. You guys have a lot going on. Let's not overcomplicate it. It doesn't matter how much I want Netflix to recover. If it does not show signs of a recovery, I won't touch it. So guess what we can do? Just like I set an alert for the break below 500, I also set an alert. Excuse me. I also set an alert for the break above 545. I set an alert for the break above 575, and then set an alert for the break above $600. And I think, this is definitely something very exciting to follow up with. And the reason why you might be asking, well, Ricky, why is this something, worth paying attention to? It's about to report earnings. It doesn't mean that it has to be a good earnings report, but if it does, it can be a step in the right direction. And if this thing does end up recovering for Netflix, is 33%. How cool would it be? A lot of us use Netflix to be able to invest in a company that we use and believe in, and then be able to experience, it offers 30% margin in the perfect world. But even if I capture 15 or 20% of that, always keeping a realistic goal in mind, regardless of how big the net margins are, right? Or the gross margins are. So I think that's what I'm very excited about. I'm really happy to see that you're paying attention to Netflix. I did want to make you aware of the earnings. I have my alert set. Please be very careful. Buying before confirmation, especially if it reports worse than anticipated earnings. So hey, really quick question. I got COVID 2 days ago. Did you receive treatment? Because I have to wait a month to get treatment. No, I didn't get any. Well, first off, I apologize. I hope that you're feeling better. But no, there's no necessarily no specific treatment. I actually just took I think it was Advil to bring down my fever for the first 2 to 3 days. And I tried to eat healthier and drink a lot of juices, a lot of waters to kind of try to flush it out. And yeah, I feel a lot better. I might not sound a lot better, but trust me, I don't really feel sick. I just have my little cough and some a runny nose and stuff like that. So I appreciate all the good wishes and wishing you a speedy recovery as well. So let's go ahead and DKNG, and then we got LSI. Let's do it. All right, so DKNG, if I thought that Netflix was a consistent descending pattern, DraftKings is probably even worse. Look at this. Selling off, super aggressive. I mean, it's been selling off for some while. I would love to see DraftKings. Like, you know, let's see a show of hands of like, who wouldn't like to see DraftKings recover, right? It's very oversold. It's very cheap, but I cannot stress this enough. You know, it's cheap right now. It's January, right? Back in December, it was cheap, but now it's cheaper. Back in November, it was cheap. Now it's cheaper. Back in, October, it was cheap, but now it's cheaper. It wasn't bad in September, but now it's cheaper. The cheap can get cheaper. Stop trying to predict the bottom of a stock. Just set your alerts, and if the opportunity presents itself, if it begins to indicate signs of a recovery, then take action, right? Make sure that your actions today are something that align with your future goals. So I'm waiting for the break above the EMA line. I would love to see some higher highs above the EMA, because literally ever since, what is that? $57, we have not been able to trade above the EMA line. This thing has great margin for potential recovery, right? If it were to recover to previous highs at $63, 173%. If it were to recover to all-time highs, 221%. But guess what? Hope means nothing in the market. It doesn't matter how much you hope the market, you know, for DKNG to recover, means nothing. Set your alerts and take action when it makes sense. Not just because you want to, but when it makes sense. The next one is going to be LSI. So this is live storage. This is now quite the opposite. I actually really like this one. I have it in my main watch list. Let's add it to my, I'm actually going to add this to my swing trade watch list. I actually really like this one. I cannot, you know, you saw me talk about Netflix. You saw me talk about DraftKings. This one literally looks like the opposite of those two. Keep trading simple. The motto for 2022. If you're a beginner, you need to prove to yourself that you know how to trade. I don't care how much money you're trading with. I don't care how lucky you've gotten before. It's not about that. It's proving to yourself that you can do something on your own. Anyone can get lucky with 1 or 2 trades. That's not impressive. My little sister can do it, right? My little nephew can do it. There's nothing special about buying a stock, getting lucky, and it goes up and then selling it for a profit. It's not special. It's the understanding, the thought process behind and preparation of a trade, of being able to identify that, like, you know, hey, for the past year, live storage has been bullish. It's been consistently indicating signs of an uptrend. And looking at it very quickly, right? Since the bottom of the pandemic to its overall highs, it gained over 200%. Look at this, 200%. Live storage, not a tech company, live storage. So guess what? It recently pulled on back. It doesn't mean that we have to buy it. It just means that based off of recent patterns, it's pulling on back. It's testing its support level. And I know this thing is not going to offer any crazy margin. It offers about 10 to 11%. That's actually more than I thought. That's not bad. You can't say, oh, 5 or 10% isn't a lot. You can't confidently say that when you're not even making money. Do you get what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's not a lot to a lot of those pump and dump stocks. But guess what? If you're losing money on those pump and dump stocks, then guess what? A break even would be, you know, a step in the right direction. If you're trying to do something differently this year, then start by focusing on different stocks that are easier to trade. You can always scale into those riskier stocks. But if you're watching my videos, if you're part of Learn Plan Profit, my goal is to encourage you to be the best version of yourself and to manage and mitigate risk. And I think that can easily be done by filtering out those riskier plays. I think that LSI is a great example of you know, the potential a stock can have if it does recover because of its consistency. I do agree. I can tell right away that it has pretty low volume. Because of that low volume, I can see why maybe some of you wouldn't want to trade it. Trust me, I get that. I'm just saying the criteria of the stock is what I like about it. The pattern and the way that it trades is what I find attractive. If it doesn't meet all of your criteria, then correct. Don't touch it. Don't trade it. It's not worth it. I'm not here to tell you what to trade. I wanted to showcase an example of what something in my eyes is, kind of presents an opportunity worth taking advantage of. But again, it has kind of low volume, so it's definitely something to take into consideration. So I really do appreciate that shout out for LSI. Let's go ahead and do Microsoft. So we got Microsoft. All right. I really like Microsoft. Microsoft is also one of the most popular companies that is publicly traded, meaning that, not one of the most popular, one of the most valuable, 2.33 trillion. Microsoft is super bullish, super consistent, and based off of recent patterns and recent highs at 350, it's trading at 310. It's a little bit more on the oversold side. It's a stock that I'm potentially going to swing trade, and I really like this setup because of how consistent it is. I'm not here to convince you to do anything, but if you're someone that's struggling to consistently grow your account, maybe instead of always trying to chase random stocks, start with stocks that actually are consistently indicating signs of an uptrend. So I have my alert to set here. Just because it's indicated signs of an uptrend before doesn't mean that it has to indicate signs of an uptrend in the future, but I'm excited. I'd love to follow up with this one and looking at it a little bit closer on the 4-hour time frame. It used to trade in between 320 and 340 pretty consistently. Right now we are trading below that. So the first step would be to get back above 320, and if it does, then I can always average up into that position, and I'd be excited to follow up with it. So let's go ahead, and how many more do we? We have quite a bit. Let's do 5 more breakdowns. Alrighty, let's see if we have any in the ticker call out format. So, all right, let's see. So we got NVIDIA and SHOP. So SHOP is a descending pattern. I do know that, making lower lows, lower highs. It is very, very cheap. I do agree with you. It was very bullish based off recent patterns. It's been selling off, right? If you want to buy it now, that's up to you. But like we saw with Netflix, it was cheap in October, but it continued to sell off up until January. The cheap can get cheaper. There's no indication of a recovery. This just means that I have to update my alerts. And if it does begin to indicate signs of a recovery, then great, I'll follow up with it. But until then, I don't care to rush into buying the dip on a stock that hasn't been performing the best. So please make sure you take that into consideration. So, all right. I wanted Microsoft. Thank you, G. Of course. All right, let's do DocuSign. Alrighty, DocuSign also did very, very well during the pandemic, but ever since the pandemic, it looks like it's kind of been selling off and hasn't been able to recover. Do you guys see all of these things right here? Those are all of my alerts. I would love for DocuSign to recover, but it's not indicating any signs of a recovery. We have so much margin to work with for this stock to recover. Look at that, 140% margin. I don't want to rush into this. I have a lot of margin to work with. I don't care to get in early. I don't need to. It's too risky. It's not worth it. I have my alerts and I have enough margin to work with. The game, right? The chips are on my side of the table. They're on our side. All of you guys are sitting with me on this side. Let's set those alerts. We identified the opportunity. Let's set those alerts and let's wait for confirmation of that reversal. All right. STRN. All right. I don't like pump and dumps. Yeah. So this wouldn't be something that I would trade myself. I would be very careful with this. So you said that it's a squeeze play. I don't know if it's going to release an article or something that is supposed to squeeze for some apparent reason. It looks like it's a recent IPO. Another thing that I personally wouldn't like to trade. It's just too risky. It has low volume. It's an IPO, and it looks like it's inconsistent. It pushes up to highs of $7, and then it drops to lows of 4. If you think about that, that's huge margin, right? From 7% all the way down, that lost 43%. I view that to be super risky. Not enough people talk about this. All they talk about is how much money you can make, but never talk about how much money you can lose or you're putting at risk. It's like we need to talk about these things. I'll set the alert for the sake of it, but just like anything, if the direction's in your favor, it's great. Until then, I wouldn't touch it, especially it being so new. You need to look out for yourself. Stop just always thinking about how good it can be. It's not about that. It's about, calculated risk, making yourself aware of not just the good, but of course of the bad. So AA, very bullish on the overall year. And this is kind of like an in-between because I don't know if the margin would necessarily even be worth it. It's about 3 to 4%, so it's up to you. I wouldn't say that it would be worth it for me, but it looks like it's already indicating signs of an uptrend. It looks like it found its support at that moving average. It's trading above the EMA line, and it tends to push up to highs of around $63, and then it gets rejected. It has hit highs of $64. So again, if you just want to be in a stock that's bullish, that's slowly making higher highs, then yeah, I can see ticker symbol AA to be something that might be up your alley. Let's do about 2 more stocks, 2 more breakdowns. How does that sound? And then how about, should I give away a flag? What do you guys think? Should we give away a flag? What if we give away access to Learn Plan Profit 2.0? You think my team will let me do that? What do you guys think? Should we do it? All right. I'll think about giving away LPP 2.0, but I'll for sure give away a flag. If you guys want me to give away a flag, make sure you smash that like button. What are we at right now? How many likes are we at right now? We're only at 152 likes. Really? 152 likes. So I guess only 150 people want to participate in the free flag giveaway. So what flag should we give away? If you guys head on over to shoptechbuds.com, what flag should we give away? Do you guys like our new flags? So we got the graffiti duck, the hustle to inspire. You can hang this up in your office, in your room, wherever it is that you trade. We got the retro duck. We got the Wall Street bull. Check this out. The make your own luck. The day trader mouse, or the day trader flag. All of these, right? What do you guys think? I need that flag. All right. Make sure you smash that like button. Let me break down these 2 stocks, and then I'll give away a flag to someone that's just watching this video. So let's see how many. All right. We have 300 likes now. So we have 300 people participating. If you want to participate in our giveaway right now, you don't have to do anything special. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and then I'm going to have you comment what flag you want. You see people commenting, make your own luck. All of these flags have different names. You guys can head on over to shoptechbuds.com. And this one's called Secure the Bag. This one's called Get Your Bag. This one's Stay Bullish, right? So whichever flag you want, comment the name, and I'm going to pick someone at random. Let me go ahead and finish it up with these breakdowns. So a lot of people were asking about AFRM. I saw this one coming. This thing was just a glorified pump and dump. They did very, very well with their press. And you can see that it hit highs overall of 176. And then when this thing began to drop, you want to get out of it, right? It's been selling off, making lower lows, lower highs, no indication of a recovery. And now it's literally back at the same exact price of $67 or $69 before it went on this rally. Trading is so crucial to direction. When the direction is in your favor, it's golden. But as soon, do you see this? This didn't happen overnight, right? It was indicating signs of an uptrend. It was bullish, bullish, bullish. And then look what began to happen here. We began to trade sideways. We no longer were making higher highs like we were here. we began to consolidate, right? We begin to peak, and then we begin to fall. The trend is your friend. You can either see it or, right, some people say, oh, trends mean nothing, right? You can't be reading patterns and trade based off of that. Yes, you can when it's based off of demand, right? And you can see that demand levels began to peak at 170, and then it began to plateau, and then it began to fall. Lower highs, lower lows, and now it's selling off. I wouldn't touch it. Why would I? It's not indicating signs of a growth. I'm not missing out on anything. Direction is so important. I can just set my alerts and then follow up with it when it makes sense. Let me see what else I can break down before. So let's go ahead and do, there was actually one that I wanted to talk about today. I was going to make a video on it, but I decided not to. I shared it with the Learn Plan Profit group for our swing trading challenge. It has low volume, so please make sure that you're aware of that. Let's see. Actually, I think it was live storage. All right, here we go. What the heck? I don't know how to get rid of that. Whatever that is. Alrighty. Well, I guess live storage is already the one that... No, it wasn't live storage though. Oh, it was SWN. Was it? No, it wasn't. I did check out SI today. SI looked a little bit more on the oversold side. I messed up. I had one in my watch list and ended up going away. But ticker symbol SI looks a little bit more on the oversold side. Testing support level, but direction's not in our favor right now. I set an alert for the break above 150. If we begin to indicate signs of a recovery from where we're at right now, based off previous highs, it's about 68%. But again, direction's not in our favor, so really wouldn't make too much sense to pay attention to it. Another one is progress or ticker symbol PRGS. It was pretty consistent. It was pretty bullish. It hit highs of $54. Recently has pulled on back. There's not crazy margins, but it's not bad. From where we're at to previous highs is about 17% margin. It's looking a little bit more on the oversold side, and we can set our alerts for, proper indication of a recovery. The last one, I think we talked about them today. Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs actually reports earnings, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to be on the 18th, which is Tuesday. It already pulled on back. Please make sure that you're aware of that. It's kind of been trading sideways, which it's easy to see the low points and the high points. So if you want to follow up with it, then so be it. But all right, let's go ahead and I'm just going to choose. All right, let's do the flag giveaway. So again, all you have to do is drop a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and then pick your favorite flag that we offer at shoptechbuds.com. So also, I don't know if you guys knew this, every order today for the next 24 hours, you get a free flag. So if you don't win, but you want to pick up like a shirt, add your favorite flag to your cart and you get it for free. So let's go ahead and select it. All I'm going to do is I'm going to screenshot, and whoever is more in the middle of the screenshot wins a free flag. You just have to message me on Instagram. All right, I'm going to count down from 5 seconds. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So whoever's more in the middle wins. Oh, this one's a hard one. I literally don't know who's more in the middle. It looks like there's nothing. So Brandon Cruz and Jay Drizzle, whoever messages me first on Instagram wins. My Instagram is linked in the description. It's the second link in the description. whoever messages me first either between both of you, you guys film that you're watching this right now. Show me your account. Show me your YouTube account, that it's your account. And yeah, the first one to message me wins. So let's see who slides into the DMs first. So again, my Instagram is down linked in the description. But so BBIG, I'm down to break that down. All right, let's see. This looks like a pump and dump. Yeah, definitely wouldn't buy that. But yeah, to each their own. It looks like it's pumping right now. All right, ticker symbol Apple. Okay, so Apple is also, oh my goodness. Apple is also another one that I am swing trading. It recently pulled on back. I viewed it to be pretty cheap based off of recent patterns. Apple is one of the most valuable companies that's publicly traded. It's testing its support level at the moving average. I love Apple. I love everything it does. I use its products. And from where it's at right now, based off of previous patterns, it looks like it offers about a 10 to 15% margin for a recovery. This isn't even the right setup. My computer keeps freaking out because it doesn't offer that much of a margin. When I said 10 to 15%, I was like, what? My Webull platform is freaking out. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. I love to see it. Isn't it lovely when technology doesn't work? I don't know what charts it's showing me. Yes, I can just go from here, but I might just have to update it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this thing has about 6% margin from overall lows to overall highs, and there it goes. It's freaking out. All right, well, that's it. I guess we could see it here. Overall lows, previous highs, that's about a 6% margin. It looks a little bit more on the cheaper side. My average purchase price right now is right around 171, just so you guys could see. I'll open it up for you. Pretty small position size. I'm only in with about $1,000 as of right now, and I plan to average up into it once it begins to indicate signs of an uptrend. So that's really just it. Yeah, I ended up deleting an alert. I need to reset my platform. Might be time for a new one, right? Alrighty, guys, but I don't want to take too much of your guys' time this Sunday. I really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. One of the friendly reminders is you guys heard me talk about them in this video. It's the Learn Plan Profit group. We just came out with Learn Plan Profit 2.0. If you guys have ever wanted to get started in learning how to trade, especially for those that are full-time workers or full-time students, we just started our swing trading challenge. It's a great way on how to get involved, with your own schedule. So if you want to learn more about it, you guys can feel free to go to learnplanprofit.net, or you guys can click the first link in the description, or it's actually pinned in the comment section, in the live chat section. And we have a $100 off coupon for the first 5 people that choose to join our team. So I trade live every single morning at market open. Friendly reminder, tomorrow, Monday, the market is closed, so we're not live. So just make sure that you're aware of that. But yep, that's really just it. If you want to learn more about that, again, everything that's included, that's the first link in the description. And then don't forget, every order today at shoptechbuds.com, which is the third link in the description, gets a free flag. All you have to do is add your favorite flag to your cart and you get it for free, and it applies automatically at checkout. So really do appreciate you guys' time. I hope that it earned a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year